And we're back for another episode. In this episode, I'm going to be continuing my guide about how to do the sightseeing log. Now, I know the sightseeing log was introduced a long time ago, but the reason why I've decided to cover it in this is because there is much easier ways to do it now. People have worked it all out, they know exactly how to do it, they've found all of the locations, how to do the jumps, all the times that you need to can do it, the weathers you need, and so on. So where I am right now with the sightseeing log is I've done the first 20, and what you need to do when you finish the first 20, you need to come back to the Apkalu Falls here in Old Gridania, and you need to talk to Milith Ironheart right here. So let's see what she has to say. So she says, do not tell me, Mithrie, you have travelled to all the locations described in my diary, yes? I can see it in your eyes. You have the air of one who has truly seen Eorzea in all her beauty. From the first time we met, I could sense that we shared a certain bond. Why, I would not be surprised if you were a distant relative. If you are anything like me, I suspect the experience has only served to further kindle your wanderlust. Fear not, for your journey has only begun. I would that I could say I had put to paper each and every wonder to be seen in our realm, but no, look closely, and you will notice entries in the log I gave you for which scarcely aught has been written. Many unmarried wonders remain untouched by the eyes of mortals. To seek them out will require courage and sensitivity that few possess, qualities for which you do not lack, Mithrie. A few words of advice from one explorer to another. By day, by night, under rain, sun and snow, in joy and in sadness, even the landscapes you know by heart may possess faces yet unseen. Promise me that at journey's end you will return and share your discoveries with me. I would hear your tales that one day I might behold with my own eyes the wonders you have seen. So it says, new entries have been added to your sightseeing log. However, you may find the impressions of these entries considerably more vague than those you have seen thus far. Employ the skills you have honed in your travels to seek out all the vistas described within. Remember that each vista can only be truly appreciated under ideal conditions. So by ideal conditions, she's talking about the fact it has to be at a certain time, it has to be certain weather, and it also has to be some of them are really difficult to get to, like really jumping around sort of entries. So we can see now I've got quite a few more. So you start with 20, but then you unlock 60 more. Now personally, I did try and follow some other people's guides, like Mr. Happy's visual guides as well, but at the same time, because so much time has passed, some people have made some really good guides. So I want to show one that I've been using personally to get this done. So let me just load it up. Okay, so this website, vistas.explorexiv.com, what you have here is an interactive list of all of the vistas, and all of the ones which are highlighted in blue are the ones which are currently active right now. So what you can do is you can use this button here that's available now to filter only by the ones which are available now, and you can also as well either say 1 to 20, 21 to 80. So obviously I've already done 1 to 20, so I'm going to just filter it to 21 to 80. And what you can do as well, when you've actually finished one, you can tick it off. So if I was to find this one and it was done, then I could tick it off, it would disappear from the list, and it would keep things as simple as possible. So now one advantage in patch 2.38, which wasn't available before, is you could just check what the weather is in each zone. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to the Sky Watcher, and then we'll see what the weather is like. So this is saying, for example, Costa del Sol, 6 PM to 5 AM requires rain at this location. And the good thing about this as well actually is that this show hint button. So the show hint will give you just a map exactly where it is, how you get there, and if there's one which is really difficult and really complicated, then it will actually try its best to give you a diagram of how to get there. So if I just select all, for example, so these ones here, this is what this jump indicator is. So 2+ means it's very difficult to get to. So if you look at the show hint again, it's told you how you do the jump and where from. So, you know, it really has tried. Some of this does take practice, so you have to like practice the run and jump to get there, but at least it's giving you an indication about where to go. So this website is very, very, very good for helping you get it done. Now, I do know people do like to try and work these things out themselves. You know, I'm sure there was some level of, you know, look how great I am, I was the first in the world to sort this out. But for me, I don't have the time for things like that. I did try my best at the beginning, but it really is not worth the extra level. You know, so I apply a certain level of patience, and then I'll just get it done. Now, one thing to remember with the Sightseeing Log as well is that the achievement for getting it all finished is actually a pet, a minion. And I've been collecting a lot of minions in the game. I've nearly got them all. There's only a handful left I can even get. So if we go to exploration, it's not exploration, let's see, quests. It's under one of these tabs. I'm trying to remember where it is. Okay, here we go. So on the character class, there's an achievement called Out of Sight, Out of Mind. It says complete 80 entries in your Sightseeing Log, which is obviously all 80, and you'll get the minion, the fledgling Abkalu. So it says, we'll follow you until you give him a fish. We'll continue to follow you after being given a fish. Okay, so that's it. So that's how to do the Sightseeing Log these days, if you haven't already looked at it before. So I'm going to quickly run to the Skywatcher. And I also explained that the Skywatchers are incredibly good at helping you towards catching big fish as well, which is another video that I made before as well. So being able to see what the weather is in each zone without having to visit the zone will just save so much effort and so much gil and teleport costs as well. But what's good as well about having that checklist is that it means you have so many zones to check all at once rather than having to constantly guess all the time. So let's see, here's the Skywatcher. So we want rain in Eastern Lenosia. We can see right here, clear skies, clear skies, clear skies. So we won't bother going there, simple as that, because you can see the weather is just not ideal. So all I would then do is I would look through the list. So if I do that now, okay, so I would see, for example, in, well, I don't want those, this one. Is any that requires clear? Outer Lenosia 12:15. So show a hint. So right here. So 12:15, and I've got until 5 AM to go there. And we can see here it is clear skies in Outer Lenosia. So if I just go straight now to Outer Lenosia. Now, I know some people might feel that this is just a cheat, you know, it's more satisfying to work it all out yourself and so on. So if you want to, go for it, you know, nothing's stopping you, but this is my guide of how to do it quickly and efficiently. So where we're going is 12:15, which I think is right there. Yep, 12:15. And it's a place that I remember just because I've been there so many times before, just because it is such a nice place to go. And that's meant to be the point of the Sightseeing Log, is just going to all these places around the game, which you might not have been aware of before if you haven't explored already yourself to see these places. So we're almost there. I have lots of time until 5 AM, so no problem. And it also says as well I need to use the lookout emote when I get there. So there is different emotes in each thing which are hinted in the log. So this is log number 33. So I can see here you have arrived at a Vista. This is the message you get that when you arrive somewhere. See, you're straight too far from the Vista. You have arrived at a Vista. Now look at that. Look how awesome that looks. So let's now do lookout. There you go. Log entry number 33 complete. And so I can now go back to the website. I can look at number 33. I can tick it off. And what I can say here, I can do this filter here to do. So once I've ticked it off, it disappears from my list so it doesn't distract me anymore. So yeah. So anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me and goodbye from Mithrie.